Today we'll be covering the functions of the integumentary system. This encompasses the 6 functions we see here. So the first line of protection we will be discussing is chemical. The melanin, which decides the coloring of our skin, is used as a UV shielding pigment. We also have an acid mantle on our skin, which stops bacteria from multiplying too quickly because of its acidic properties. Dermicidin in sweat and substances in skin oil called sebum kill bacteria outright, and the defensins punch holes in bacteria. Cathelicidins are protective peptides that prevent infection. Next, we have physical protection. There is keratin in our skin to provide a barrier that is both soft and also firm. The dermis's upper layer, the stratum corneum, has multiple layers of dead squamous cells that are interlaced with glycolipids. The nonpolar ends of these glycolipids help to keep certain substances in and others out. However, there's always a continual small loss of water in the body. Substances that penetrate the skin can be seen here. There are 3 main parts to biological protection: the dendritic cells, macrophages, and DNA. Foreign substances, also known as antigens, must be present to activate immune response of lymphocytes or specialized white blood cells. Dendritic cells play the role of these antigen presenters. Macrophages are the second-line defense, consuming bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens in the skin. Similar to melanin, the DNA electrons absorb UV radiation in the atomic nuclei and convert it into heat, which is why our skin feels hot after being in the sun. The skin surface also gives off heat to keep the body cooled down. Additionally, the skin does something that's called insensible perspiration, which can be more than 500 milliliters of water a day in temperatures between 88 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. There's also sensible perspiration, which can be up to 12 liters per day, which is like 6 of those giant 2-liter bottles of soda. In cold environments, the skin temperature drops to match the environment, and blood vessels in the skin constrict to send other parts of the body that need blood. The skin is covered in cutaneous sensory receptors called exteroreceptors because they respond to stimuli outside the surface of the body. There are different kinds of these corpuscles. There's tactile, which feels light things on the surface of our skin, such as our clothes, and there are lamellar, which feel deeper pressure. Hair feels wind and tugs, and the free nerve endings sense indirect stimuli, such as temperature changes. The skin metabolizes with enzymes that utilize the below functions and sunlight. When sunlight reaches the skin, the modified cholesterol molecules are converted into a vitamin D precursor, which is transported through blood vessels to areas where it is converted to vitamin D. The epidermis also makes chemical conversions that supplement those of the liver. And finally, blood and excretion. As discussed before, the blood vessels constrict when needed. And although we lose most of our waste in urine, nitrogen-containing sweat is also lost in our skin. And that is the basic breakdown of the functions of the integumentary system. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a lot.